Do I amuse you? Am I some sort of clown to you?
I hate my job.
Looks like we're talking about the Enchiridion today. Now the thing about the Enchiridion is that it is the most powerful artifact within the entire whole of Adventure Time. And I can already hear some of you saying, what about the crown? What about the demonic wishing eye? Those things are nothing in comparison to the Enchiridion, and let me tell you why. You see, the Enchiridion possesses knowledge on every single possible subject material that you can think of. The book contains secrets that even normal human minds cannot even comprehend. It has an entire page completely detailing the cosmic imagination and various other cosmic beings. The book possesses a literal map of the multiverse which auto-updates itself in order for it to continuously match the current state of the multiverse. The book has no real author. Instead, it will continuously fill out pages utilizing information that the book obtains by itself, even though it's not even near the events that take place. If utilized to its maximum potential, it will have the ability to create portals to the entire multiverse, every single timeline, and every single area of existence. It also has information on all history that takes place since the multiverse began, possesses schematics for all forms of magic that could be taught, and also has complete information on any being. In every single dimension, there is always one Enchiridion, and it is incredibly hard to destroy unless you utilize its powers against it. The only time we have ever seen the Enchiridion take damage was when it encrusted itself within its own magical powers, and then Finn completely destroyed it by kneeing it until it became a portal. Now, here's the thing. You may be wondering, well, if it's so powerful, why don't people utilize it more often? And the answer is simple. The book doesn't want them to. You see, there are two factors that make the Enchiridion incredibly hard to use. What the book shows you is directly linked to who you are as a person. So for someone like Finn, one of the first things that actually popped up when he opened the book was how to kiss princesses, because that's something he is personally interested in. But let's say someone like the Lich were to open up the book, one of the first things that it would show him would be an incredibly large list of dark rituals, or maybe a spell which would have allowed him to recover a large portion of his power and create a temporary body in order to kill a certain hero that we all know well. But moving on from that, one thing you also need to realize is that the Enchiridion is completely sentient and possesses its own wants and desires. And because of this, it has the ability to hold grudges and will actively withhold knowledge that you seek if you had somehow wronged it. In the official Enchiridion data book, it actively shielded knowledge of how to utilize certain magics from Finn and Jake because they accidentally burned a piece of it. Though it should be noted that any actual damaged pieces will eventually recover themselves. Now, considering all the incredible power that the Enchiridion holds, you would assume that it would be incredibly hard to obtain, and you would be right to think so. Before Finn and Jake collected the Enchiridion, it was originally held within a castle at the peak of a mountain, in which the only way to get the Enchiridion is to pass all the trials that the location puts on you. Now, the location to even attempt to get the Enchiridion is actually secret, with very few people knowing its location aside from Princess Bubblegum, Billy, and certain cosmic entities. However, even if you manage to make it to the location, there's no guarantee you'll make it out alive. The location is completely filled with various dangerous monsters, all with their own magical as well as insane physical abilities. The keeper at the front of the gate flat out stated that hundreds if not thousands had tried, however they had all either died or suffered some other gruesome fate. This makes sense considering every single trial is designed in order to test your heroic attributes, including your physical and mental capabilities. However, it should be noted that even if you manage to make it to the top, there's still no guarantee you'll get the Enchiridion, because if you fail any of these trials and still try to obtain the Enchiridion, there's no guarantee that you will not have to go toe-to-toe with Manish the Minotaur. But let's consider that you somehow managed to get the Enchiridion, and by some miracle you managed to obtain every bit of knowledge within the book. How powerful would you be? Unfortunately, there's no real way to answer that, because the truth is we've never seen it. But considering that it literally has every single bit of knowledge in it, if you were to consume all of that, you would basically become the closest thing to a god. But then again, I already mentioned how humans can't perceive everything within the book, so that's pretty much an impossible reality. Moving on would be the concept of its creation. Considering that the book was specifically created with the use of the power gems in mind, this means that it most likely cannot outdate Evergreen. Because remember, the gems that came from Evergreen's crown originally came from the crimson ruby eyes of the fire giant Magwood. However, thinking about this artifact linearly is not a great idea, considering within the book itself, it talks about the concept of a muck time. A muck time is the idea in which everything is happening all at the exact same time, and that some things happen in the future before the past in order for things that happen in the past to happen for the future. Yeah, concepts like that get out of hand incredibly quickly, but what I'm basically trying to say is that it's possible that the Enchiridion came before Magwood, even though Magwood would be required in order to utilize the Enchiridion. There's also its connection with Billy, considering every other iteration we've seen of the Enchiridion possesses its own version of Billy, who was always there in order to utilize the Enchiridion. In fact, this is a major reason why the Lich always goes after Billy personally, because in order to utilize the Enchiridion to its maximum potential, you typically need Billy. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, go down to my other social media platforms. If you have a good idea for a video, be sure to put it down in the comments below. I had a lot of fun making this video, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, there's gonna be a lot of experimentation in terms of videos to come, so hope you guys stick around for that one. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!